What is going on, fight fans and full-time family? It is unfortunate that I have to make this video. I almost didn't even make it because, I don't want to just bring bad news. Like, that sucks. But it is something that is very relevant to the MMA world, considering Khabib Nurmagomedov is one of the best fighters, um, MMA fighters of all time. One of the most dominant lightweights of all time in one of the most stacked divisions of all time. So, I mean, it's very relevant to the MMA world that unfortunately Khabib Nurmagomedov's father has passed away from COVID-19 complications. Um, the virus did damage to his kidney and his heart. He suffered a stroke and he had irreversible brain trauma from the stroke. And so he recently has passed away, and this is, all in the lead up to Khabib Nurmagomedov's, potential return. And Khabib Nurmagomedov has been one of the most dominant lightweights of all time. He is one of the only undefeated UFC champions that we've seen. And with that being said, he's got a really tough fight coming up. And if you know about Khabib Nurmagomedov, you know how close he was to his father, how much his father meant to him when he was able to have his father, ringside when he fought in Abu Dhabi. That was huge because for so long, due to visa issues, Khabib Nurmagomedov's father was not able to attend his fights, and so Khabib would speak on him in the post-fight speeches and talk about how influential he was to him and thank him for everything and tell him even though he couldn't be here, he still, was very influential to Khabib's success to this date. And not just Khabib, the whole Eagles MMA, Khabib's all the Russian talent from Dagestan revered Khabib Nurmagomedov's father almost as royalty. And so it was almost like Khabib was a prince and this guy was a king essentially to the fighters because he was so influential in making them all as tough as they are. And with that being said, this influential figure has now passed away, and Khabib's got one of his toughest fights of all time coming up with Justin Gaethje, who's got a wrestling pedigree. He's not really a striker like some of the fighters that Khabib has faced recently are more known for being. Justin Gaethje is not only a solid wrestler, he's very durable. He can take damage. He can deal damage. This is going to be a tough fight for Khabib Nurmagomedov. And now you take into consideration his father has passed away, who's one of his most, who Khabib holds very near and dear to his heart, more than almost anyone on the planet. So this is unfortunate news. Rest in peace to Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov. He's very, when you talk about the greatest coaches of all time, you really never think about this guy. Even, you think about the American top teams, you think about the American kickboxing academies, you think about the Tiger Schultz, you think about the Black Zillions, you think about, you know what I'm saying, Jackson Wink with John Jones, and you think about all these fight camps and fight teams, and the Javier Mendezes and the Dean Thomases and the Mike Browns. You never really think Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov. And I don't know if that was fair. You know what I'm saying? Because how dominant Khabib is, because of what he's been able to accomplish in this sport, and how influential his father has been in that. So, I mean, and also Khabib's got a little brother, I believe. I don't know if it's his little brother or if it's a little cousin, Saeed Nurmagomedov. One of these little dudes is undefeated coming up, and he's almost like Khabib 2.0. This motherfucker is undefeated still, on the way up. A lot of people don't know about him. And he's also going to be a protege of Abdulmanap that, people are going to have to consider when they consider the greatest coaches of all time. So, like I said, unfortunate situation. Hopefully this doesn't affect Khabib in the sense of any sort of retirement sense. He has talked about retiring early in the past and riding off into the sunset, and this could really solidify that. If Khabib wins one more fight or loses one more fight, we might never see Khabib fight again, and it could stem from this. He might not have the same motivation anymore. And so, you know what I'm saying? I really see something. I could see that happening from something like this. So, you should keep in mind, Khabib's next fight could be his last fight. And with that being said, man, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments and in the Discord. Link is in the description. I'm out.